Welcome to the second Environmental Health Deep Dive Review video. This video will cover key concepts from chapters 9, 10, and 11 in the textbook, Essentials of Environmental Health, 3rd edition, by Robert H. Fries, published in 2019. Chapter 9. Water Quality. This chapter begins on page 211 in the textbook. Finished water is defined as A. The natural cycle by which water evaporates from water bodies. B. An annual supply of renewable freshwater less than 1,000 cubic meters per person. C. An annual supply of renewable freshwater between 1,000 and 1,700 cubic meters per person. D. A layer or section of earth that contains fresh water. Or E. The water that is delivered to the distribution system after treatment. The correct answer is E. The water that is delivered to the distribution system after treatment. This term distinguishes water that has been treated to meet safety and quality standards for public use from the water that is untreated. Option A describes the natural water cycle. B and C define levels of water availability, water scarcity, and water stress, respectively. And option D refers to an aquifer, a natural source of groundwater. This information can be found on pages 214 and 215 in the textbook. In the United States, disinfection of drinking water with chlorine or other methods is done to remove A. Pathogenic microorganisms. B. Particles suspended in water. C. Sand and gravel. D. Bad smells. Or E. None of these is correct. The correct answer is A. Disinfection of drinking water, typically using chlorine or other disinfectants, is specifically aimed at killing or inactivating pathogenic microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and protozoa that can cause disease. Suspended particles are removed during coagulation, while sand and gravel are typically removed during screening and sedimentation. Bad smells are usually addressed through aeration and activated carbon filtration. This information can be found on page 219 in the textbook. Chapter 10. Air Quality. This chapter begins on page 241 in the textbook. Which of the following is a major contributor to acid rain? A. Sulfur dioxide. B. Volatile organic compounds. C. Particulate matter. D. Carbon monoxide. Or E. None of these is correct. The correct answer is A. Sulfur dioxide, because when it is released into the atmosphere it reacts with water vapor and other chemicals to form sulfuric acid, which then falls to the ground as acid rain. Volatile organic compounds are mainly involved in the formation of ozone and smog, not acid rain. Particulate matter contributes to air pollution and health issues, but does not specifically cause acid rain. Carbon monoxide is a toxic gas that affects air quality, but it is not involved in the formation of acid rain. And obviously, one of these is correct. This information can be found on pages 248 through 250 in the textbook. A temperature inversion causes which of the following? A. A greater production of pollutants. B. Production of more dangerous pollutants. C. Greater concentration of pollutants close to Earth's surface. D. Reduced concentration of pollutants close to the Earth's surface. Or E. All of these are correct. The correct answer is C. A temperature inversion occurs when a layer of warmer air traps cooler air near the ground, preventing pollutants from rising and dispersing into the atmosphere. This leads to the buildup of pollutants at ground level, worsening the air quality. Inversion does not increase the production of pollutants. It traps those that already exist. Nor does it cause more dangerous pollutants to form. It simply concentrates what is already present. Obviously, E cannot be correct, since C and D are opposites, and D is not correct because the concentration of pollutants increases, not decreases. This information can be found on page 251 in the textbook. Chapter 11. Food Safety. This chapter begins on page 273 in the textbook. A justification for the hazard analysis of critical control points is that A. Health hazards can be introduced at any point from harvest to consumption. B. Chemical additives are the most dangerous food-associated health hazards at present. C. Food-associated illness is almost exclusively due to salmonella. D. Poor canning practices cause the greatest number of food-related intoxications.
Or
E. None of these is correct. The correct answer is A. The Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point system is designed to identify, evaluate, and control potential biological, chemical, and physical hazards throughout the entire production process. This approach ensures food safety by addressing risks at every stage. While chemical additives can pose risks, they are not the most common or dangerous hazards compared to microbial contamination. Foodborne illness is caused by a variety of pathogens, not just salmonella. And poor canning practices are just one specific risk among many. Obviously, E is not correct because one of these answers is. This information can be found on page 276 in the textbook. Which of the following is one of the agents responsible for many publicized outbreaks of gastrointestinal illness on cruise ships? A. Salmonella. B. Shigella. C. Hepatitis A virus. D. Norovirus.
Or
E. None of these is correct. The correct answer is D. Norovirus is the most common cause of gastrointestinal illness outbreaks on cruise ships and is known for spreading rapidly in close contact environments through contaminated food, surfaces, or person-to-person contact. Salmonella and Shigella cause foodborne illness, but are less frequently associated with cruise ships. Hepatitis A can also be transmitted through contaminated food and water, but it is less involved in acute, large-scale cruise ship outbreaks when compared to norovirus, which is highly contagious and fast-acting. This information can be found on pages 288 through 289 of the textbook. Thanks for taking the time to review these chapter concepts from Essentials of Environmental Health, 3rd edition, by Robert H. Fries. You learned about water quality, air quality, and food safety. Thanks for studying with me.
see you next time.